It's enough for you. You don't have to kind of allow your mental box to be Jesus plus something else. You don't have to allow your mental box to be kind of Jesus and then all these other things mixed together. He says, Jesus is enough because he is over all and he is supreme. He is omniscient. He is absolutely sovereign over everything. And he is above all and over all. And he is to be worshiped above anything and everything. And so he was writing this letter particularly, and we started off last week, and if you remember, we said this about Jesus as Savior. We said that he did 4 key things for us. First of all, we said that he came in and qualified us. And I talked last week about the idea of, hey, sometimes we would go to an amusement park, right? And as a little kid, I would really, really want to ride the big, huge rides, but I couldn't kind of qualify. The line was here, and I was always down here. And when I finally got up to there, I was so excited because now I qualified to ride the big rides, right? Well, that's what Jesus did for us. We couldn't qualify for a relationship that was right with God the Father. It's that climbing the ladder idea. We could never climb the ladder high enough to be and to reach God. And so guess what? Jesus came down, and on the cross, he qualified us. He grew us up. He allowed us to reach where we needed to, and he did what we couldn't do. And then secondly, we looked at this idea of rescue. Do you remember that? We talked about the idea of an army, like a kind of a Lord of the Rings, good versus evil, big fight scene, Braveheart, Gladiator kind of thing. And you've got Jesus and everybody and everything that is his army kind of invading, and he took people and he rescued us out of the kingdom of darkness and brought us back into his kingdom. And it says the kingdom of the Son that he dearly loves. So he rescued us in kind of a good versus evil army kind of deal and transferred us back into where we belong with him. And then lastly, we looked at as Savior, what does he do? He redeemed us. Literally, he bought us back out of slavery. And we used the idea of the African country that had all these women and children, and they were captive, and somebody in America came and paid $30 a head and bought them back out of that slavery of that African country and released them. And that's what Jesus did for us. Well, what happens is in verse 15 of Colossians chapter 1, the thought continues. There's no real break in the original language of what Paul is trying to say here. So he says, first of all, Jesus is Savior and has done all these things. And then he goes on and he talks about the fact that Jesus is enough and Jesus is supreme, and he's going to show us how he's supreme in all these different ways.